Striker Scorpion 82 is now sponsored by Warhammer Combat Cards, a card battle game featuring your favourite Citadel miniatures from the 40k universe. Free to download and play, link is in the video description below or on the channel homepage, and by using the unique link it helps support the channel. Thanks and enjoy the game. Welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 1500 points, Challenger Scorpion, Eldar versus Blood Angels. Alright, so welcome to this 1500 points game, Challenger Scorpion. Carl Moorhead returns. He ran as the Ynnari last time, debuting them on the channel, but he has a fresh army here for this game. So 1500 points is the level he's painted up to, so I'm going to take a experimental Eldar army here. It's been a good while since I've run them on the channel, so trying out some units, bringing the Wraith Lords back. Haven't seen those in action for such a long time, so chance to take the Eldar for a spin with a different list. If I run through the list here for the Eldar, I mentioned the Patreons at gold level, so get names shouted out at the start of all of our games, and a Patronic dice to use at some point during the game. That's Andrew Swan, Chris Comiskey, Bjork Git Puncher, Carrie Kunkel, Thrall of the Silent King, Dave Humphries, Dylan Moore, Travis and Jen, Longbow BB, Luke Schwengel, Marcus Anthony, Drew Gums, Maxwell Knuckles, Nicholas Lucas, Paul Cook, Peter Almo, Ray Cross, Samuel Pennary, Scott Costello, the artists formerly known as Vij, Serg, Tyler Schwab and Tyler Summers. A big thanks to them for their support at gold level. I'll call out the patrons at silver level at the end of the game, and you can check out the end credits, all those patrons, including those supporting at bronze. So if you enjoy the games here, don't forget to subscribe, do like the video, it does help, and leave a comment. So for the Eldar here, it's a Vanguard detachment, so taking lots of elites choices here, just to try out different units. So one HQ choice, it's Jane Czar, across here. Then straight into elites, it's 2 squads of 8 Dire Avengers, giving them the Shredding Fire upgrade and an extra Avenger Shuriken Catapult to each of the Exarch squad leaders. Unit of 5 Howling Banshees as piercing strikes given to the Exarch for them. And then 3 more elites being taken here. It's Wraith Lords. Haven't seen them on the channel for a long time. Apparently they have improved with the new codex, and I give them a spin here. Absolutely love the models. So great opportunity to use them in a game. So taking the Ghost Glaive and a Bright Lance for each of them. Then for fast attack unit, Shroud Runners for the sniper bikes been taken, and then we'll give the Wraith Knight. It's a bit of a challenge here for a card in this game. So the Wraith Knight being taken with the 2 heavy Wraith cannons, and then scatter lasers being taken on the shoulders as well. But that's it. It's quite lean, but plenty of Wraith constructs here for this 1500 point Eldar army. So Craftworld for these is BL10, so minimum of 3-inch, when you roll up to minimum of 3-inch advance, or battle focus move, and also getting to reroll a single hit roll for each of the units as well, because they're quite useful for those Bright Lances on the Wraith Lords. But that's the list here for the Eldar. We'll take a look and see what Carl has in his list. Alright, so 1500 points of Blood Angels here. It'd be fascinating to see a different Blood Angels army being used. Carl Moorhead in command. He took Ynnari in the previous game. You can check out that video that's already on the channel. but here he runs his Blood Angels list, updated a lot of the units fresh off the painted desk here, has been pushing to get them done, ready for this game. So we'll let Carl run through his list.
This is my 1,500 points of Blood Angels. This is the 4th company of Baal. The warlord today is the Primaries Lieutenant, and he is armed with a Storm Shield and a Neo-Fulkite pistol. I had to remember which one he had there, as well as a Master Crafted Power Sword. He's also been given Angel Exemplar, so he can take one additional Warlord trait from the Blood Angels list. So his Warlord traits are Gift of Foresight and the Imperium Sword. Gift of Foresight gives him 1 reroll per turn on hits, wounds and saving throws, and Imperium Sword gives him additional strength and attacks on the charge. The next HQ then will be the Primaries Chaplin. He has been given Hero of the Chapter to give him 1 additional Warlord trait. So he has his usual bolt pistol, his Crozius Arcanum, and he also has Master of Sanctity as his Warlord trait, like an extension on his range of his prayers. And finally for HQs we have the Sanguinary Priest. He's just as is, no additional pieces of equipment given to him. And to move on to the troops, we have 10 Assault Intercessors. They're just going to stay as is, no combat squads. The only upgrade they've been given is the Sergeant, who has the Plasma Pistol. Other than that, they're all armed with chain swords. And next we have 5 Intercessors with a grenade launcher and just normal bolt rifles. What are they called these days? Is it just bolt rifles?
Regular bolt rifles, yeah.
And then the other 5, there's no additional with them, just a chain sword on the Sergeant.
So what one are you going here? The rapid fire ones or the Assault 3? Or
they're just the rapid fire, they're just the
bolt rifles. Yeah, no worries.
And then the next final unit of troops, then they have the auto bolt rifles, the assault ones.
Yep.
They have a chain fist or a power fist on the Sergeant, no additional equipment. And moving on to the fast attack, then we have 3 Outriders, just as is, something sippy for the battlefield. We'll move on to elites then. For that we have the 3 Blade Guard Veterans, Power Swords and their Storm Shields, as well as the Redemptor Dreadnought hanging at the back there. He is armed with his heavy onslaught Gatling cannon, an underslung Gatling cannon on his fist, the Fragstorm grenade launchers, Icarus rocket pod, and of course he has his Redemptor fist, should anything get too close. And just to go back to the fast attack, just on that side there, we have 3 Inceptors, both armed, or all 3 are armed with the Plasma Exterminators. And then finally, nice and small this list then, is the Eradicator Squad. They're all armed with Melta rifles, so hopefully they'll provide a solid back line while everything else rushes ahead to get to grips with the alien foe. And that's my 1,500 points of Blood Angels.
So that's Carl's list here, 1,500 points. We'll watch with interest here, just to see a different take on the Blood Angels, different units, different combinations being used. It'll be fascinating to see how they get on. Plenty of large targets for the Blood Angels to take on against this elite Wraith Construct Eldar list. We'll go on to scenario and deployment next for this Challenger Scorpion battle. Okay, so we have a scenario gone for Tempest of War. Vital Ground is the name of the mission. Sweeping Engagement is the deployment zone, so it sweeps right across from one side of the board to the next, measuring up halfway up the side here, and then deployment zone runs right to the corner. So that's the deployment zone for the Eldar, marked by the Xenos dice, and across the other side, deployment zone for the Blood Angels across the other side. So for the terrain, I'll just mention it here. So we're going to play this as Munitorum armoured containers. It's an exposed position on top, but infantry can shelter behind. It's +1 to the save for the walls, just the usual rules for that. A large stack of Munitorum armoured containers across here. And then for these outcrops, across these rocky outcrops that are covered in foliage, I'll play these as obscuring terrains. Infantry can push through, but they are obscuring. It's just creating some nice islands for units to hide behind. We'll play the hard edge on these as the boundary for the obscuring on those. That's terrain. Hidden supplies is the mission roles. There'll be 6 objectives being used in this battle. Okay, so we have placed objectives on the board. So the home objective for the Eldar is just tucked in here. We lose objectives on this terrain. So there's one. Carl's placed one here, just tucked inside the ruin. I've placed one just there. Also placed one across here in no man's land. And then your home objective, yeah, Carl's home objective is just over in that corner. And then another one's been hidden somewhere around. Where's that one that's around there somewhere?
Oh, it's
tucked in there.
Here.
Right, so as they should be, nicely hidden. Making sure they're just over 9 inches away from each other, those two over on that flank. But objectives are spread all the way across the board here, and then with the extra one for hidden supplies, making a total of 6. So for vital ground, turn 2 onwards, if you control your home objective, you get 3 points. If you control any of the no man's land objectives, you get 4 points. And if you control the opponent's objective, you get 5. And then there is a maximum of 3 victory points available per turn for kill points for destroying enemy units. Quite straightforward, this mission. Grab and hold objectives, kill units, nice generous amount of kill points available each turn. And then obviously the secondaries being drawn each turn as well, 3 of those. So we will start alternating place units on the board next. I just mentioned the battle mat and terrain that we're using in this game. So battle mat is from gamemat.eu, large variety available from them, lots of different sizes and double-sided mats as an option as well. Also using their pre-painted terrain set, so it's the jungle temple here, and then also the walls set making up the perimeter wall here. Join those together. There is a full tutorial on the channel for this entire terrain setup, so all the scrub, bushes, stones, details, how to match the terrain in with the battle mat and so on. All of that all in one video in the tutorial section on the channel. But you can check out gamemat.eu for your supplies of battle mats and pre-painted terrain. Link for them in the video description below. There's also a discount code as well available. Carl's just deciding where to put the Dreadnought here because I've placed the Wraith Knight. So deployment for the Eldar is done. It's all experimental in this game here, so we'll see how these units get on for the Eldar. It's good to see them back on the board again. So over on the left-hand side is one of the Wraith Lords, Janezar and her bodyguard of Banshees. Double Wraith Lord in the middle. Wraith Knight here, just trying to stay out of range of some of the nastier weapons that Carl has, such as the Eradicators. Then not really frontline troops here with the Dire Avengers anchoring those at the back. They can move swift enough, but just keeping them out of trouble as much as possible. And then the Shroud Runners here, again anchoring at the back, ready to move out. So that's deployment done for the Eldar. They can't hold back though. They'll need to push forwards and grab objectives and fulfill secondaries. So that's their deployment done. No reserves at all. So around the other side for the Blood Angels, Bikers on the right hand side. There are reserves. Plasma Interceptors are deep striking. Then the bulk of the force centering up in the middle. Dreadnought you can see here at the back. Assault Intercessors, the largest squad. In between them is the Sanguinary Priest. Eradicators here, they are in an exposed position, but it's difficult if they're placed and hidden out of the way, they lose their function on the board. They are frontline troops. They do need to be pushed ahead. Lieutenant just here, Blade Guard veterans. Just tucked behind them is the Chaplain. The Intercessor squad here on with a Power Fist on this side, and then the anchoring squad here at the back on the home objective. But that's deployment done for the Blood Angels. Okay, so deployment's done for both sides. Challenge here, for sure. The Wraith Knight's quite a focal point. It's dangerous enough. Its firepower is deadly. We'll see how well it lasts in this game. We'll go on to the first turn and roll up to see who goes first. So Carl can use one of his dice. He can call upon a Patreon. There are some Blood Angels players at his disposal.
I'm going to need down for the mid.
Okay, here we go. It's a 1. Okay, so Eldar should be going first. They do just about. So turn 1 will go to the Eldar here. It's Hyper Elite Force for both sides, really. Not too many models on the table here. And 1500 points just trims it down a little bit as well. But 1500 point battles are just as much fun here. Experimental game will go on to the first turn. It will be the Eldar that strike first. So we are on the first turn of the game here for the Eldar, about to make our moves. Secondaries drawn, investigate sites, storm hostile objective and grind them down have been taken. Phoenix Swords have been allocated here. We'll call them out. They've been placed onto units that are on the board, 4 on each side. So Serg in command today of the Wraith Knight. Then Chris Comiskey and Ben Shaw tried to match the Phoenix Lords up with their allegiances. So a number of Eldar players here. Ben Shaw and Chris Comiskey partnering up here in this battle as the 2 central Wraith Lords. And then Amy Almer I've put onto Jane Czar here for this game. Then around the other side of the board, Carl has allocated Phoenix Lords to Michael Fryer, dedicated Space Marine player, has gone onto the Redemptor Dreadnought. Lucas Brown has been put onto the Apothecary, and then Longbow BB onto the Lieutenant. He's actual Warlord today, isn't he? Mm-hmm. He is, yeah. And then Chef onto the Primaries Chaplin. So that's Phoenix Lords allocated. We'll make a move here with the Eldar. So movement phase for the Eldar. We have moved snipers out here. The Shroud Runners have shifted across. They do have a view through to the Lieutenant. The Blade Guard Veteran has got themselves in range. It's taking over duty here for the objective at the back is the Dire Avengers. They've just shifted across. The other unit of Dire Avengers has shifted out from behind cover, heading across this direction. Advanced move made by them. Regular moves made by the Wraith Lords. So one on the right hand side, Ben Shaw moving round 8 inches. They're not too slow now across the board. Chris Comiskey pushing through the open ground, and then the other Wraith Lord here anchoring the objective. Wraith Knight surging forwards, 12-inch move from that, going straight at the Blood Angels. And then around this side, we used Strands of Fate dice here. So we took a 6 for an advanced roll with the Banshees, so they've shifted right ahead. A 14-inch move made by them and a possible charge against the Bikers, which are just over there. It'll be about an 8 for a charge. And then Jane Czar's moved up, rolled a 2 for her advance on a command re-roll. So she's moved up. I doubt she's going to get any chance of any charge. I think she's well over 12 inches away, but she's moved up in support. So we also got 2 wound rolls coming through, and also we can use one of the dice for a 6 on a charge, which will help the Banshees with their initial strike. So no psychic phase here for the Eldar. We'll go straight on to shooting for them next. Right, we'll kick off with the Wraith Knight here, Serg in command. It's obvious we've got to go after that dreadnought, so we're going to offload all the firepower into that. Immediate popping smoke. Distress flare launched into the sky as well. Okay, so right, so it's 2d3 shots. Now these are hit and miss. If they do hit and wound, no, there will be trouble. So this is the number of shots. We'll go Patronic on this one, and there are Eldar players out there. We'll go with. I'm saying there's loads of Eldar players. There's not too many. Chris Comiskey. Now, he has warned us his dice are fickle at times, but we'll give it a go. So 2d3. This is the number of shots being fired. Oof. 5. A groan from Carl here. Okay, this is the heavy. We're firing the heavy Wraith cannons here. So we're looking for 4s for our hits. Ooh, it is hit and miss. We've got no help for hit rolls from Strands of Fate, but I'm going to command reroll a hit roll with a CP to try and make this hit work. No, escaped. One's gone through. We'll auto wound with it by using one of the Strands of Fate dice. I'm just going to look up the AP minus on this one here. -4. Now with Armour of Contempt,
-3.
it's -3, so there's an opportunity for a save here. Now if it's a normal dice or if it's ever a patriotic dice, it's this one. Okay. Yeah, it's going to turn to Scott. Scott Costello, Blood Angels player, looking for almost. Okay, so
You know what?
command reroll.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Oh,
Close. All right, so it's -1 damage. D6 or D3 plus 6. Oh, there's an extra bit here. A modified wound roll of a 6. Oh no, I didn't roll to wound on a 6. It is. Carl says that if I use Strands of Fate, that it does count as some. Right. Okay. Well, that's wicked.
Yeah, it's really good for sure.
Right. D3 extra mortal wounds. So 1 mortal wound comes through. D3 on the damage. Just the 1. So it's a lower amount here. So 6 plus 1 and 1. So we've got 8 -1. 7 wounds taken. Got away with that. Seriously got away with that. Smoke did help. There was at least 1 3 in there for one of the hit rolls. Because it really needed a minimum of 2 to cause big trouble for the Dreadnought, but just the 1 has come through, and this thing is very much alive, and it starts on 13 wounds, so it's in good shape.
It's trouble enough.
So scatter lasers, I've got 2 of them on top, hitting on 3s. These are going into the Eradicators. Because we're on 3s to wound, strength 6, toughness 5. So yeah, there's 6 saves to make here. Normal armour saves on these.
And also in range of the Apothecary as well.
So you've got Feel No Pain kicking in as well, yeah, 3 pluses.
That's a 2, that's a 2. 2 field.
Okay, 2 wounds, and 6 to ignore. 6 and 5, nice. Hot dice here, so just the 1 wound comes through. That's the Wraith Knight finished. Bit of a flop here. Trying to see through the smoke from the Dreadnought. It's good the countermeasures are able to kick in when the heavy firepower happens. Dreadnought survives. Right, we're going to do a correction here. It's BL10. I'm sure people are screaming at the. We can't leave it. So I get a reroll of a hit roll, a single hit roll. So we'll do the BL10 shot here. It's the keyword, so we can do it. That missed. All right. So all is settled. All is good now. We can leave the Wraith Knight finally. I remembered that because moving on to the Wraith Lords with their single shot Bright Lance, and it's handy having BL10 on them. So we'll go to Chris Comiskey, his firepower, the 2 Shuriken catapults are in range. We'll put those into the Eradicators. That'll be 4 shots in total. And then the Bright Lance will go into the Dreadnought. We can see its fist just poking around that corner. So we'll go Patronic on this one. And we'll turn to Bjork Git Puncher for the shot with the Bright Lance. If this hits, it could cause some trouble. No, because this your smoke remains, isn't it? BL10, yeah. Okay. Missed. Should hit the target. We've missed, and then we'll go 4 shots to the Shuriken. All hit. Yikes. 666.
No bonuses for 6s.
Toughness 5 though, that one fails. BL10 is used up, so we'll go. Oh, it's a hit roll anyway. So those have come through. Yeah, it's 5 to save here because of armor contempt.
3.
Yeah, 3 of them, yeah, on the 666.
There's 1 5. 2 have come through.
Okay.
So I get my...
Feel no pain. Yeah, model's possibly going to drop here. Yeah, 2 wounds taken. Alright, so model slain. That's shuriken firepower here. Alright, we'll move on to the next Wraith Lord. We'll go to Ben Shaw. We'll single shot the Dreadnought and then fire at the Eradicators if they're in range. We'll go Tyler Summers here. It's not declared, so Bright Lance shot needing a 4. Got to get one of these. There he is. Okay. Now we're going to try and wound, which I will go to Strands of Fate for. So wounds on a 6. AP -4 becomes AP -3 for armor contempt, so 6 to block. You can go Protronic on this if you so wish. He's going to rely on his own dice for this one.
That's a 2.
2. Okay. So D3 plus 3 damage. We'll stick with Tyler Summers for this one. Okay, 2 plus 3.
So it's down to 4 damage then?
Yes.
All 7 done, so he's down to 2 wins. So.
He's still alive. Good, resolute, durable Dreadnought here. Okay. All right. We've got another Wraith Lord. It can't see that Dreadnought though, so I think you're going to escape here.
Times I guess I wish I had a Tech Priest.
Yeah, Tech Priest would be useful. So I can see Eradicators. We'll do a single shot. Tyler Schwab into them. 3's for a hit. 6 is a hit. We've got to roll for our wound, which will be a 3. No. And shooting phase I've already used up. A BL10 is only shooting, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, BL10. It's any kind of hit roll for shooting or close combat. And it's every time you're doing it. So it could be, during the same turn, it could be a hit for shooting and then a hit for close combat on the same turn, no problem. But not for wounds. So wound does not come through. Well, there's a lot more Blood Angel stuff on the board. Is expecting to destroy the Dreadnought and take out the Eradicators. We've failed to do that. You're going to put an Eradicator back on the board, aren't you?
I am indeed, yes.
Ah, Apothecary. Okay. Just resolved a bit of firepower across the flank. A wound came through with some more 6s being rolled for shuriken pistols. They can fire as normal, even though they have advanced. For battle focus, Jane's Archery scale just out of range. Range 12, the range is about 13.5 inches. So all that's left really is the sniper bikes, the Shroud Runners. So the bikers scatter lasers into the Blade Guard veterans, looking for... we're looking for 2s actually, because they're ballistic skill 2+. They're looking for 3s. There's a lot of saves here. Yeah, not bad at all. So we're looking at 10 saves of 2+ here. Solid armor, but a saturation of hits coming through from sniper scatter lasers.
10.
So 1s are useful. There's a couple. Not quite enough to kill a model. I think they're 3 wounds each. And out of range of the Apothecary. Yeah, he's too far away. Okay, so 2 wounds taken, but our model remains alive. And then we'll try and snipe the Lieutenant here with 3 sniper shots. Die, Snake Eyes. Ah. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. So you've got fighting against a Yanari player here, so I've actually got an advisor on my side. 2 wounds come through, no mortals, AP -1. That's cancelled out by the armor of contempt. The shield gives +1. She's on 2s, I would say, for armor. No, you can't combine the 2 armor of contempt and the shield bonus.
Still 2 up there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so 2 at 3s.
I can reroll a...
Yes, you can.
Wind roll.
Yes, with Gift of Foresight.
That's the one.
I'll do. All passed, all good. Character protected for now. He's been hunted by sniper bikes at range, but no damage coming through at this stage. Yeah, so the start of the hunt begins here. These 2 units will probably never make contact during the game. They shouldn't do, technically, but we'll see what happens. We'll go on to charges next. It's basically the Banshees going in, so I'm going to use an auto 6 for a charge, and then roll up. I'll need a 2 to make the charge go ahead. Any Overwatch you're going to do with them? Well, Carl, think about it. It's a possibility you might be able to bring a model or 2 down if there's some good hits coming through. He's doing it. Here comes Overwatch. Triple hit. Nice. That's all the rapid fire. weapons, all of them can see, and all in rapid fire range.
Strength 4, so we need 3.
3 to wound. 2 wounds come through. Okay, good enough result.
AP
It's minus
-1.
It's -1. So I need 5 pluses. I'm about to lose models. Yeah. We'll go Travis and Jen. Here we owe them twice on Gold Oval Patrons. This is the first slot here. Using it for a double save. No. Well, that didn't work. Yeah, here's why. Jen's a Tyranny player. Travis is a Custodes and Tower player. No help from them for those saves coming through. 2 of the Banshees dropped. All right, just don't roll a 1 for the charge. No 1. Thankfully, come on, reroll. Just don't roll a 5. Okay, charge goes ahead. 11-inch charge. In they go. Just the 3 of them, though. Yes, they've gone, and you can see them across here. So Banshees going in 3 versus 3 here. Shrieking ladies against the Space Marines on bikes. Yeah, so we've been talking about command points here. We're playing Tempest of War. We reckon that the starting on 6 CP, that counts for that's missions from the new Nephilim book, but we are playing Tempest of War, and it instructs you in that setting up the game section that for this size battle you start on 12. So back to normal sort of levels for command points at the start of the game. So it's helping both sides. That's why I've been using a good number of command rerolls and stratagems so far in the battle. Right, okay, so this game already has been a number of times people have been screaming at the the screen here. So
just scream no more because we fixed it.
We fixed it now. We're letting people scream and then fixing the problem later on here. But Banshees, they shouldn't have been Overwatch. They don't. Their masks protect them from that. So we've restored the 2 models. Carl's refunded his command point that Overwatch never took place. It was a dream. As opposed to reality here in this game. So all the Banshees have made it in. We've added in their extra attacks. So 3 attacks each for those. Mirror Swords being taken with Piercing Strikes. So we've got 4 attacks base for the Exarch. Yet those 1 single attacks for Mirror Swords become 2. So 8 attacks. It's a small unit, but they're kicking out a lot of stuff here. We charge from +1 to the wound roll, on +1 strength as well for these swords. So we're looking for 3s, and then I've played Wrath of the Shrines here for a CP to give us 6s exploding extra hits, which helps a little bit. I'm going to BL10 that one, which helps. And the Exarch, just checking, no, it's all hitting on 3s across the board, so we'll remove those. Okay, so we're wounding on, hold it right there, we'll add in 2 extra hits, an extra Mirror Sword hit coming through. Wounding on 5s with the swords becomes wounding on 4s across both weapon types. This part's the scary bit. That's the Mirror Swords. Well, I'm going to stand back and say a small unit of Banshees is dangerous. They are dangerous. And they're up against a tough target here. Those have failed. Those have all failed. Alright, so what we've got here is -4 becomes -3, and they're damage 1. That's for the Banshee Blades. And then across here, -3, so it becomes -2, and for the Mirror Swords.
So it's 5 at -2?
Yes, just factoring in Armour of Contempt here just to add a bit of protection to these Marines.
I'll do them first then.
Okay, here they come. These are the damage 2 options. 5s is required. 3 have made it through. That's 6 damage in total.
Same dead.
That's Marine gun. And wounds on another.
How much damage was that?
6 in total, so 3 lots of 2. So it's going to kill a biker and stack wounds on another. Okay, so we've got a model removed from play, and then one of the models with 2 wounds left here. So that's all that done. And then now these saves of 6 is required for this one, because these were at -4 originally. So 3 more make it through. That's going to kill the second model and put a wound onto another. So not destroying the target, but damage has been done. They're tough enough. Yeah, Carl's seeing the danger of the Banshees there.
It's not nice being on the other side of it, you know.
See, it's Strands of Fate that's helped out. That 6 for the advance, the help with the charge has made that work very well. So Eldar seem to, well, it's part of their theme, isn't it? They're very sort of highly skilled at what they do.
Two steps ahead.
Yes, and we're starting to see that here. A small unit of Banshees crashing into the bikers before they've got going. Carl can strike back. Banshees have acrobatics. It's -1 to the hit rolls against them, so we're striking back on 4s. You were charged, you get your Space Marine bonus. There'll be +1 to the wound rolls as well for Blood Angels.
So it's 5.
Yes, there is a chance to bring down some of these ladies.
5 attacks, hit none.
Carl wants to kill all of them.
The dream is dead. You know what? I'm going to CP reroll this just for badness.
No. Okay.
No value. Right, so I can't kill the unit, but
I think you're on 2s to wound.
yes. No. Strength 4.
Blood Angels.
+1 to wound, yeah. If he's
There it comes. Snake Eyes. Oh. He's overwhelmed. He's bedazzled by the Banshees here.
The mirrors and the swords.
Yeah, admiring their red hair. Okay, right. Oh boy, no damage back then. Okay, so interesting attack there. Jane Zar's disciples going in and impressed with what they've done. So an immediate fight there over on that side. A bit of a thorn in the flesh here. You can imagine what the rest of the Blood Angels army is thinking. They just hear these screams going on, and wondering, asking the bikers to report in what on earth's happening over on that flank. But mad ladies in the jungle here causing trouble for the Space Marines on the right-hand flank. Okay, so turn comes to an end. Biker hold position, just 2 casualties coming through. No targets being destroyed. No secondaries fulfilled, so we're going to dump all our secondaries here. None of them particularly useful at this point. No kill points picked up, so 0 points here for the Eldar, but they've moved out aggressively towards the Blood Angels. But targets that we'd aimed for to destroy still remain on the board. Certainly not panic stations at this stage for the Blood Angels. Their main core force pretty much intact. The lost Eradicator will come back. Dreadnought is still operational despite the damage. So we'll hand over to the Blood Angels. Eldar have moved out aggressively. We'll see if they regret that as the Blood Angels prepare to launch an attack of their own. Turn 1 coming up for them next. Alright, so movement's complete for the Blood Angels here. Secondaries that have been drawn. The battlefield supremacy, secure no man's land, and no prisoners here. So kill tally, no wounds tally of 30 for this size game. Secure no man's land, go after no man's land objectives, and then battlefield supremacy dominating objectives. So just sticking to the plan really for Blood Angels just to go aggressive here despite the Eldar advances. So Intercessors moving across to shoot at and take on the Banshees. I think it's their target. Dreadnought swung around here for protection and to lend some firepower support. Bikers got out of dodge here, heading off in this direction. Just the lone biker remaining, heading off and away from that combat. And then pushing through the centre with the Assault Intercessors. They've been blessed by the Apothecary to count as the Assault Doctrine being active. Then he's also paid a CP to resurrect one of the Eradicators as well, so that is very, very valuable, that combination taking place. And then across here, Blade Guard veterans, the Lieutenant and the Chaplain shifting to the left and securing that objective. No movement from these, doing their job, keeping quiet and holding the home objective. So both sides needing to manoeuvre and position onto objectives across the board to start reaping those points on turn 2 onwards. No psychic phase for you either. Shooting phase next. Alright, so it's going to be the Eradicators. They're well positioned. They're going to go after the Wraith Knight, seeking revenge here for the damage caused against the Dreadnought in proper Blood Angels style. So looking for 3s.
Gonna do this is the 1.5 range.
Yeah, for the extra damage. Looking for 3. Oh. Yes. The other one. 6. Oh boy, this is... Oh, 1. Okay, so no kind of rerolls available. So 2 hits do come through. So what's strength 5? Strength 8, surely.
Strength 8, AP -4.
Ouch. Force to wound though, with toughness 8.
So it's the half range one.
Wounds on a 6.
And then this is not the half range one.
Wounds on a 4. Nice work. Okay, so I need to save these separately. Strands of Fate saves would have been useful. Certainly would have been. Okay, so we're going to try and block these with Patreons here. We'll go Max Sword Knuckles. This is for the higher damage option. 5 blocked. And then we'll go Serg here. Is actually Serg in command of this unit, so he's going to use his own dice to try and block this damage from coming through. Now, I'll command reroll it. Okay, try and block this. No, it's gone through.
So this is D6 damage.
D6 damage.
2 damage.
2. Minus 1.
1 damage.
Yeah, 1 damage. So dropping down to 21 wounds left. Okay, yeah, he does get, it's built in here, Agile Construct, 5+ invulnerable save, it's built into the model. It's what Eldar players yearned for years, and finally it's been granted by...
It didn't have -1 damage, didn't have any built-in invuln unless you paid for it.
Yeah. So you have to wait, it's like Christmas, like a wait for Father Workshop to give you the...
Father James Workshop.
to give you the gifts that you need. Okay, so 21 wounds still remain on this towering thing here.
Again for total obliteration, half range.
Yes, right. This is the hit roll for the higher damage. Gets the hit.
And then like the other two.
Both of us on 4 command points left. It useful if they both hit. Yes, they do. This is not over yet.
So half range.
Yeah, force to win. This is the important 1/6. Oh boy, the other two.
That's a 2, and that's a 3.
Just the one. If we can block this, we'll turn to the Raycross dice. Because Ray is an Eldar player, 5+ to block. No. D6, you can go Patreons if you want.
Yeah. Any Tau players?
Tau players?
A good high yield spotted melter.
Yes, there are. Marcus Anthony, Tau, Viola, Sept. This is D6 +2.
D6 +2. That's 4.
4 +1, or +2, sorry, 6, then -1.
5 damage.
5 damage taken, yeah, down to 16 wounds left. So, some damage coming through here. Wraith Knight healthy enough at this stage. Just some pistol fire coming through against the Wraith Lord.
These are strength 4, so you can be 5s. Just the one.
1 wound comes through. That's AP -1, I think, that pistol,
It is,
isn't it?
yes, so 4 up.
Yeah, 4+. Passed. Okay. So, Power of the Machine Spirit being played on the Dreadnought. It's just rounded the corner there, round behind the bushes, and it's going to offload some firepower into...
Well, I'm going to put the...
I think some shots are going into Jane Czar.
They are indeed. So I'll start with Jane Czar then. So the all of the Gatling cannons into Jane Czar. The grenade launchers into the Banshees. And the Icarus rocket pod. The only one I can see is him there.
Okay.
So I'll fire the...
Yeah, I was checking that. Acrobatic. If you advance, say it's -1 to hit rolls of any attack, so it should be on -1 to hit rolls against her. I was going to play lightning fast reactions, but no need to.
She's fast enough.
Yeah, she's quick enough. So firing at normal ballistic skill because of the stratagem Power of the Machine's Spirit. So Jane Czar can expect some wounds to come through against her.
-1 to hit. So that is hitting on 4 up.
Looking for 4s. And then it'll be 3s to wound. Nice, all of them. Uh-oh.
6 at AP -1.
Is it a heavy weapon?
Yes.
-2. Yeah, Devastator Doctrine. So we're going to go to 4+. Jane Czar is in trouble. Yeah, but having said that, Phoenix Lords can only do 3 wounds per phase. So 2 wounds will come through. She's rolled well enough there on the 4+, but 2 wounds taken on Jane Czar.
And then the rest of the shots. 2.
Yeah, but she's taking damage here. It's the cost of separating her from her bodyguard. Okay. It's 3s to wound again.
These strength 5s with 3s.
Yeah. Good dice roll in here. Minus on this one?
2.
Alright. 2 wounds come through, but it's gonna max out, so 3, and that's it. So you may as well just leave the shooting at her at that point. That's the 3 wounds taken this phase. Fragstorm grenade launchers firing here, 8 shots have been rolled up for. 2d6 and hitting on 3s.
-1 for the Banshees.
Again, yep.
Oh, not so good.
Yeah, just checking the Banshees. They get acrobatic at the same level as the Phoenix Lord there, so it's -1 to hit rolls. So it's all correct.
And 3's the wound.
And the wound comes through.
That's no AP.
4 up. Kept him alive. Okay. That's it for the Dreadnought.
One more Icarus rocket battery into.
Oh, yes. It was declared against the Wraith Lord. D3 shots, is it?
Yeah.
Just the one. Does hit the target. 5's for a wound though, strength 7. No, okay. Right, so Intercessor's firing here. Grenade launcher shot going into the Chris Comiskey Wraith Lord.
It's a 1.
Okay.
And then now the auto bolt comes into the Banshees.
Banshees here, the high priority target in this game.
So these are 4s.
It's helping. The -1 does help. God, just the 4. Make it through on 4 pluses. 3's to wound.
2.
Failed. Okay, finally. 2 Banshees brought down.
I'll do the difficult one first, so that's.
So we're on charges here. Shooting phase finished. So Banshee's going to be charged by the Intercessors. The Assault Intercessors across here, there's an objective just here, so it's going to go after the Ben Short Wraith Lord. Even just to flood that objective, it would be useful for capturing that one. That's one of your secondaries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
That's all objectives. So that is 8, 9 inches, so I need 8.
Need an 8, yes.
And of course they have Assault Doctrine. Yeah, good shot.
Patreon time. Die Hard Space Marine player is Andrew Swan. It's Ultramarines and Custodians. You can use 2 dice there for him. It's a big charge, this one. 8 required. It is doable. Andrew Swan says 10.
He says get in there.
Okay. I would imagine Andrew Swan hates Eldar, so he'll be happy enough to see that result.
So this is going to be 43 attacks.
Oh, they're souped up and ready to go.
The Raven of Chainswords.
Okay.
Very excitable young gentleman.
We'll see if the...
So that gets him just before that.
Okay. We'll see if the Wraith Lord can withstand this avalanche of attacks that are about to come through.
Avalanche of Ceremite.
So that charge goes ahead. Nice. Intercessors into the Banshees. It's going to go ahead, this one here. It's an 8's been rolled, which gives Carl the range, how far he can move. Just 5 Intercessors, but they'll be dangerous enough. The intents for the wipeout here, if that Mirror Sword Exarch survives, she will cause trouble. And you can try and send the Dreadnought in.
No.
Because he'll blow his cover if he moves out. All right. So pick a combat. We could interrupt play, so be careful which combat to choose. We'll let Carl think about this one. Both combats are quite important, and both combats the Eldar could counter quite effectively. You're absolutely sure about this?
I am 100% final answer.
Okay, here he goes. Full squad's going to fight here. You can't not have the full squad. They're so geared up. You want to max out with their attacks. It will be the Assault Intercessors. It would be handy if they could try and get the wipeout here against the Wraith Lord. But it's a tough customer here. We'll see how effective these chain swords are. It's Blood Angels though, +1 to the wound rolls, which will certainly help. They've been blessed as well by the Sanguinary Priest, so we'll calculate the number of attacks. Right, Carl's running out of dice. Got no sympathy for him here. So we're looking at a base of 2 attacks, +1 on the charge for Space Marines. You reckon they get Savage Echoes as well, because it counts as being the assault doctrine. And then the Chainsaw granting an extra attack as well. So 50 attacks, Sergeant 51 attacks. So this is a number of the dice, but not all of them. So drop dice there, yeah.
Thank you.
So looking for 3s. I was about to play lightning fast reactions, but no, because you can't use it on monsters. So it makes sense, really. It's not going to dance around the size of the thing. So looking for hits here, loads of hits coming through. So, what is your strength with all your modifiers? Strength 4.
4, yeah.
And anything else? Nothing. You'll be on 5s to win then.
4's to win, yeah.
5s. I'm toughness 8.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Oh, well, let's see how good.
The Wraith Lord. We'll just check. Yeah, they kept him at toughness 8. They always were. for as long as I can remember at least. They've always been tough enough here, so that will seriously help out with the wounds. No, it's definitely have to. Gene-wrought might is being played here, so 6 is popping auto wounds, which is exceptionally useful. You'll be 5s to wound though with the roll. This your extra hits you're going to roll up here? Or?
These are my last 15. I still have to roll 2, 4,
Okay.
6.
Gene-wrought might's very, very useful.
13. Need 2 more to roll after this.
Take these.
Oh. Lovely Sinos.
6 and 4. That's right. I'm not gonna borrow them again. So
That's enough of that.
3s. Add those into the pile. Look at this gene-wrought might. Unbelievable. Nice. 3s for hits. So just add those all in.
Get your dice back. And that, and that.
Okay, right. So now we're looking for
5s.
rolling all those. Looking for 5s. Yeah.
You know, this is the first time I've ever played Gene Rot Might. I've never used a stratagem before.
I'll use it again for sure.
Yeah.
Very useful against tougher targets, vehicles, and so on.
There's so many stratagems with the Marines, just sometimes it's hard to keep track of them, but
Yeah.
I think once you use a good one once, you never forget it.
Yep, here it comes. 5s and 6s are good. This Wraith Lord is in trouble. I think it's official. So it's Assault Doctrine, AP-1. The Chainswords are built in AP-1 as well. So AP-2 on these, and there's a load of them. So this Wraith Lord is certainly in trouble. I think there's 9 wounds to try and get through those, so there's durability enough. But yeah, there's 20 saves to make here. So now I need to root around for dice. So 20 saves of 5 pluses here. So I need a really good roll, otherwise we are in trouble. And I think we're nowhere near what we need. I done it.
Does he roll?
I don't know. I'll roll up here and we'll check the rolls. Roll first, check later. No, he doesn't. All right. But Wraith Lord Destroyer, that's one of the Phoenix Lords removed from play. Ben Shaw has taken out them. Surprised that result, but a useful stratagem there, certainly helping to bring the Wraith Lord down. Yes, this has turned out to be a good move here. Consolidation move made in. Deliberately making contact with the Wraith Knight because, just checking the rules here for Wraith Knight, Unstoppable Revenant. I can fall back and charge, but it doesn't say I'm freed up to shoot. And because I'm in combat, usually you think, well, if a monster, I'll just shoot into close combat. But he's equipped with blast weapons, so therefore the main guns will not be able to fire into that combat. So it's a very, very good move, tapping out the firepower on the Wraith Knight there. So lesson learnt with him, just to be a little bit more cautious in regards to having firepower shut down. But good move. Interrupt play, I think we're going to have to here against the Intercessors with the remaining Banshees. So I'm going to play Wrath of the Shrines here, 6s exploding extra attacks. Won't be as effective because we haven't charged this turn with wounding. So this is the regular swords, needing 3s. 4s, 1 comes through. -4, -3, so a 6-up save. On this one.
Yeah.
No, it's just a wound taken.
Does it get the 2 wounds?
Mirror Swords. This is the 2 wounds. So looking for 3s. Those 6s pop extra hits. So we've got 8. A good roll here would be useful. It's decent enough. So 4 saves of 5+ here for Arm of Contempt. And these will be 2 damage. God, quadruple 5, ridiculous. Okay, so you're free to make your attacks. Well done. So power fist attacks coming through in 4s for the -1 to. Well, you're -1 across the board anyway. Yeah. So 2s to wound, 2 go through. 5+ invulnerable save these ones. The artist formerly known as Vij. Yes, and Samuel Pennery. Yes, blocked both, keeping that Exarch alive, which hasn't been too effective. And then a load of attacks come through here.
These are 4s again.
Yeah, again, -1 to hit roll was helping. 2s to wound with these. 5. No minus going on here. So I go 4-ups. Or 2 make it through. So 2 Banshees will go. It is just the Exarch left. So just 1 combat left. It's the Wraith Knight. Doing his attacks, need 3s. I'll reroll hit roll for BR10. And then A wound comes through. -2, -1. Failed. 2 damage. So 1 Marine slain, but well worth shutting the Wraith Knights down. Turn finished. Bit of morale to resolve. Calculate points. Alright, so points coming in, yes, for the Blood Angels. 2 secondaries fulfilled, secure no man's land, and also battlefield supremacy, just for the control of objectives. 1, 2, 3, as opposed to my 2, and stormed a hostile objective. Nice work. So 10 points picked up. An extra point as well for the kill point for bringing the Wraith Lord down. So 11 points to 0 at this stage. So initial aggression from the Eldar. It's been okay. But the Blood Angels, their natural habitat is aggression from them. Both sides have collided, and so far, Blood Angels faring better. But it's early stages at this point in the battle. We'll go on to turn 2 next for the Eldar. Alright, so turn 2 for the Eldar. Movement stun. Cards drawn. Raise banner. Defend strongholds. Hold on to objective. Quite comfortable. And then capture enemy outposts. We had drawn another card, but we dumped it, hoping for a better one. No retreat, no surrender, which didn't want to pull back. We did want to pull back with the Wraith Knight, so it wasn't suitable. But capture enemy outposts. That means capturing the Blood Angels home objective, which is right over in that corner, so not much use. But raise banner, defend stronghold, not too bad. So, yeah, to raise banner, have to wait for that one. There are some units that can do it, but it's not quite at this stage. But defend strongholds, quite straightforward. So, going to try and use some shredding fire here with these Star Avengers lining up for shots across here. Wraith Knight's pulled back, but is within range of the objective. It's going to take a fair bit to wipe out that squad of intercessors, though. There is a second squad that shifted across, all within range, getting ready to shoot. The 2 Wraith Lords. The Chris Comiskey Wraith Lord's heading off towards the Eradicators. That'll be useful if he can reach them and hack them down. The other one's rounding the corner. Can see through to the Dreadnought. And then zipping across here with the sniper bikes over onto this objective. James R's gone through the gap, hunting the intercessors over in that corner. So that's movement done. Straight onto shooting phase next. So Wraith Lord, we're going to the Dreadnought. I'm going to, this is Strands of Fate, I'm going to auto hit with the Bright Lance and then simply search for a wound on a 3+. This is important. We'll go Peter Almo. Okay.
I dared to dream.
6 up to block here, so you can use your own dice or a Patreon at the ready. There's plenty here.
Just says Imperial for Paul Cook.
Paul Cook, Imperium, yeah.
That sounds good.
No, not today. All right, so D3 plus 3 damage. That Dreadnought's going to go. Yeah. This is quite a good result here for the Eldar. Does it blow up? Almost. No. All right, but Dreadnought destroyed. I had declared all the firepower, so that's the Wraith Lord finished. One of the Phoenix Lords. Who was that one?
Michael Fryer.
Michael Fryer. Okay, Phoenix Lord removed from play. Jane's are no target. She can't fire into the close combat, so we'll shift across to the next Wraith Lord across here. So Chris Comiskey will put all of his firepower across here. So 3s with the Bright Lance, 2s with the Bright Lance, and a save of 6+. So it's going to pop one of the Marines. No, alright, so 1 Marine slain. There's 8 of them left. Shuriken catapults. A wound at AP -1. Ignored, so 3+. Okay. No shooting at all from... no, nothing at all. Alright, so we know what our target is. We'll do the shredding fire across here. 2 units of Dire Avengers are going to attempt to shred the intercessors here, the assault intercessors. Right, so we'll go with this unit across here. There's an extra Shuriken catapult, or Avenger Shuriken catapult on the Exarch. Looking for 3s. If they're shooting. So looking healthy enough. 5s to pop Shuriken here for shredding fire. So these will be nasty enough. There's not many of them though. And force wind. Right, so 7 saves at -2 becomes -1. We could cause trouble here.
-1 for this?
Yes.
4 ups.
4 ups on these. Just going to try and grind this unit down. It's an excellent, superb roll, just the 1 failure, so 1 wound caused. And then 4 more saves at -3 in total. So 4 saves of 6+.
I feel like these dice have used up their luck, so I'll try some more.
Just going to switch the dice around here. Keep the momentum going.
Oh.
Right, there's going to be 2 Marines brought down. That's the shredding part, which is the dangerous bit. We'll rinse and repeat with the other unit across here. So we're looking for 3s for our hits. I was totaling up the dice to make sure I had the right amount, which we do. 5s and 6s are good. A lot of 5s and 6s will absolutely cause big trouble here if we can get them. So there's a few, not so many. So there's 4 saves of 6+. 6 saves of 4+. Still, damage is decent enough here.
So these are at these 4?
Yeah. 6s. Block 1. So there was a wound on a Marine there, so it's going to mean 2 more are brought down. Okay, that leaves us at that situation. And then 6 more saves at 4+. And it's a good roll, but 1 more Marine goes. There's 3 of them left. Alright, so snipers across here. Scatter lasers is going to go into the Blade Guard veterans, and then we'll try and pick on the apothecary across there with our sniper rifles. Scatters on 2. 2s are good. It's very accurate firepower. 3s to wounds. No AP minus going on here though. Okay, so it's a lot of saves required. 12. 12 saves of 2+. Just the volume of saves means there may be some ones that come through. Was it enough? Did we get him? We got 1? Yeah, 1 model slain. Good shooting from the snipers. Yeah, no, there's wounds. It's been marked here by Carl's wound tracker. There's wounds already on that unit, so model slain and some wounds will actually overflow onto the next model. All right, so 3 sniper shots now onto the apothecary. 2 hits. No wounds. Nothing. Sniper rifle's not so effective, but useful with the scatter laser shots. I think that's firepower done. We'll go on to charges next. There's a few. Right, Wraith Lord's charging, but Overwatch first with the Eradicators. Looking for 6s. A big... Oh, he's got 1. And it wounds. -4.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so you can just roll up your damage on it. Big enough roll. Oh, 1.
2 damage. No, yeah, he's 1.5.
Oh yeah, with him plus, yes, you get +2, becomes 3, and then -1, 2 damage. Alright, so drop it down to 7. We'll roll to see if our charge goes ahead. 8, yeah, that's going to make it in. In he goes. So Wraith Lord's gone in. We'll try and charge with the other. It's probably something like an 8 or 9 for that charge to go ahead.
Yeah, you need it.
Okay, well I've got a 6. I'll leave it. We'll send Jane Zar in. 4, she's okay, she's close enough. So she can go in there, that's fine. And that's about it. We'll leave that. There's not much I could do. I don't want to send these in, do I can't do anything with the Wraith. Yes, I can, actually. Because I can fall back and charge, which I'll do that. I'll roll to see what we get. In he goes, he stumbles in. The ideal situation, obviously, is to get the wipeout, but yeah, he's not so good. He can stomp a bit with his feet. Charge is done. We'll go into combat resolution next. So we'll do the Wraith Knight. His attacks with the feet. 3s are good. Yeah, squad's going to survive. 2s to wind. Snake eyes. He's trying stomping around.
Did he use that?
But, he didn't. Yeah, no, he's done nothing. Okay. So in he goes, tapped himself out again.
Try to kill him.
Oh dear. Right, we'll go to the Wraith Lord next. We'll use strands of fate to get an auto hit, and we'll roll up the others. Right, we'll do Crushing Strike. This is risk here. We'll do Crushing Strike with the Wraith Lord sword. It's got the Ghost Glaive. Alright, so we'll use the Ghost Glaive and Crushing Strike here. Strands of Fate auto hit, and then we're going to try and hit here on 3s with the others. Right, so now I'm going to command reroll. That's my last CP. Alright, we've got the hits. Next, I want to know what the strength is. Strength 9. Oh, it's 3s to wound. Because your toughness 5 of those things, they're gravis. Now, we discussed this one, that's a 6, that's fine. We play hole facing here, but that's failed. So 2 go through, -4. Right, so, yeah, the wall's going to grant cover, so 5+ is to block. Got a 5, kept a model alive. It's D3 +3 damage, so 1 model will be slain.
Roll up the damage and I'll see if I...
You feel no pain, yeah. Alright, it's maxed 6. So you're going to need a quadruple 6. 6 dice.
Watch this.
Yeah. Carl's not fussed because he's going to resurrect the model again.
I know.
He's going to bring it back next turn. All right, good result. Okay. Well, good result for the Blood Angels here. Okay, interesting. But then they're tapped out, I suppose. They're tapped out of the fight as well. Yeah, okay. So that's sort of a mini version of what's happening down here. We'll go to Jane Czar next. Okay, Jane Czar. We'll go Piercing Strike with need 2s. That's not so good. Then we need 3s to wound on strength 6. Just the 2 make it through. These are -3. Yes. So 5 pluses.
Do I manage?
2. Yeah, not so good from out. Both failed. It's 2 damage at times. That will take out 2 of the Marines as she attempts to come to the rescue. Okay, Carl can pick a unit now. All my charges are done. Going after Jane Czar here with the attacks from the Intercessor squad. We didn't bring them down, so we could be punished. So 4s, because you're on -1 for the fist, -1 for Jane Czar anyway, so you can't stack it up, so it's just 4s. So 3 hits.
Strength.
2s to wound, because she's toughness 4. Oh no, Jane Czar's in trouble. 4+ invulnerable save. We'll go Drew Gums. Pass that one, just need to pass 1 more. Luke Schwengel. Pass that one, and then Carrie Kunkel, Thrall of the Silent King. Oh, Jane lives. Well done to her. All right, so she'll fight on. And then Intercessor regular attacks come through. I'm going to say that you're going to get an extra 2 attacks because you were charged by me.
Yes.
So add an extra 2 in there. Double 6. Okay, keep going. You were charged. I think you're on +1 to the wound rolls again. Yeah, because Jane's charged in, she's actually antagonised them enough to increase their +1 to the wound roll here. So as all wounds, it's all good. And yeah, no minus on the AP, so 4 pluses on the Exarch. 2 wounds taken. I've got a feeling the Exarch's still alive. Yeah, because of the upgrade, you get an extra wound on there. So 3 wounds in total on the Exarch, so 2 wounds taken. She's still alive, fighting away. Okay, so down here.
I've just got to these guys.
Yep, okay. Eradicators next. 2 of them fighting.
3 for the sergeant, 2 for the other guy.
Yeah. Again, I think you've been charged, so you're going to get an extra attack each as well. So needing 4s. You're helping me with my Eldar rules. I'm helping you with the Blood Angels. Oh dear. But that's what a game of 40k should be, is both players helping each other out, just to make sure that rules are remembered and so on. There's no point trying to conspire against one another. There's enough of that in the lore, isn't there? 5s to wound. No. Yes, 5s. Because I charged you, it gives you +1 to your wound rolls. So you're on 5s and 6s to wound.
Yeah, so
Unless you're strength 5, in which case you'll be 4s.
that's what I'm looking at. It's
I think you are.
strength 4.
Oh, strength 4, right. Save both with no AP minus going on. So Wraith Lord's okay. Chris Comiskey fighting right in the centre of the table.
Finally, those 3 now they have been charged as well.
They've been charged fresh, yes.
So Sergeant 3 attacks, +1 attack for being charged, +1 attack for his chain sword, and then there's 2 more guys, so they are 2, 3, 4 attacks, so it's 8 attacks. Do all these together?
Does your apothecary still grant his power?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately not.
Here comes the attacks, needing 3s. Nice.
Not so bad.
5s to wound. These will be AP -1. There's a good few. Well done. This is a good rolling. 5, I think, by the looks of it. Yeah, Blood Chalice still kicks in. So we'll do three more attacks here.
No.
Nothing. Okay. Right, so all good. Which it does mean this is AP -2.
Mm-hmm.
So 5s. Oof. Sheesh, 1 dropping down to 15 wounds. Still in good shape. It's been tangled up, this thing, but it's still surviving quite nicely. Carl does hold that central objective, though it still remains in his possession. There is morale, potentially will be an issue, though, for that squad. They've lost 7. But we'll resolve morale and calculate points here as the turn comes to an end. Alright, so points calculated, 3 and 4 points picked up for primaries. There was the Dreadnought destroyed, so a point picked up for that. That puts us on 8 points to 11. No secondaries coming in. Defend strongholds, that's achievable if we're going to hold on to the home objective. It should be fine, but that will be achieved at the end of Carl's turn 2 for us. But slow going as far as secondaries are concerned here for the Eldar. They've been tangled up by the Blood Angels. Both sides... casualties are heavy for the Blood Angels. Units are getting hit hard here. Eldar surviving quite well. So the game's still definitely on for both sides. Difficult to call at this stage. We'll head on to the second turn of the game for the Blood Angels next as the battle rages. Alright, so moving here on turn 2 for the Blood Angels. Clustering units together here, so remaining in close combat with the Eradicators, but help is on the way. Chaplains move forwards, lieutenants moving through the ruin, and the Blade Guard veterans who have since had a model restored to play with combat restoratives. Then holding position here, just doing their job, fighting on across here with these. The Assault Intercessor found himself outside of close combat after casualties were removed, and has since backed off away from the Wraith Knight, but still on that objective. Cards in play at the moment is no prisoners, continuing that tally. Area denial, getting units into the centre of the table and holding, and then bring it down, destroying something big. There's one other unit that's arrived here. Plasma Interceptors have turned up right in this corner. The idea of those is to ambush the Dire Avengers on this objective. That's movement done. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Yeah, wounds removed here as well. The Apothecary taking wounds away from the Blade Guard veterans, bring them back to fresh.
Oh, yeah.
Great, okay, shooting phase next.
Quite tricky so far to shoot.
3 pistol shots going into the Exarch, all hit. Just 1 wound being searched for here.
That's all I need, but 1 wound's been very difficult with these batches so far. In fact, I'll give 4, so 1 needs to be a miss, because
-1 hit rolls, yeah, that's fine.
Strength 4, so 3s. Oh, just
A wound comes through. Dave Humphries, yes, Xenos player mostly. And nothing I can do. So that Banshee model can go. That's unit destroyed. Finally, the bodyguards removed from play. Right, firing across here. Blast weapons, more than 5 models. So, maxing out. 18 shots in total against these. Going to go for the low calibers. No need to go for the higher amount here. So 3s for hits. They can all be rolled together. There's no danger of overheating.
You know, I have never once used them overcharged.
Never?
I don't believe that.
Okay.
Far too risky.
It is risky. I've learnt that many a time. So looking for 3s. Just a smaller ambush unit. Decent enough. 2s for wounds, which would be useful. Hunting for the potential wipeout here. So 2s would be good. There's a few ones, there's no one there. A lot of ones came through.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
9.
7, 8, 9.
Alright, 5+ invulnerable saves. Passed a few. 6 dead. So it's hammered that squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So situation looks like that. Morale's going to be a problem. But they're still alive. There is the maybe charge as well with those, possibly. Need an 8.
Plus 1 to the charge.
It's worth a go, for sure. Yeah. Some bolt pistols going into the Wraith Lord. Just a bit of quick firepower here. There's a wound. Is it strength 4?
Yes.
No wound.
No wound,
Toughness
fine,
8, yeah. Chaplain's going to have an absolver, isn't it? Or what he's equipped to, he has a pistol.
Combat, though.
I was going to say Chaplain firing across here, but he can't because the Wraith Lord's still in combat. It's the 2 Eradicators firing into combat with their pistols, no problem. Okay, so biker fired, no wound coming through against the Wraith Knight. I think we are pretty much firepower finished. So, yeah, firepower is complete across the board. Charges, yes, across the middle here. It's the hunt for the second Wraith Lord to bring him down. Chris Comiskey on 7 wounds remaining. We'll see if he can withstand the assault that most likely will come through multiple units and some characters that may well get involved as well. We can't interrupt play, so this could be the time to stack multiple combats all on the one unit. We'll go on to charges next. Right, charges taking place. Not everyone's going in. Blade Guard veterans, they've been fully refreshed here, so they're going in to support the combat, but the characters are holding back just in case that Wraith Lord survives, starts to swing with that blade. Remember, it could have, if it has 1 wound left, it still fights full effectiveness. Charge is going to head across here. Hammer of Wrath brought down one of the Dire Avengers and a wound on the Exarch. Charge is done. Combat resolution next. So 10 attacks across here to try and take out the Exarch. Needing 3s, followed by 2s. So should be able to bring him down. It's not much of a threat if he survives. It's just equipped with shooting weapons. 2s to wound. Should be alright. Should get him.
What is this guy? Is it Shimmer Shield?
Nothing, no, he's all equipped for shooting, so it'll be alright. 5 saves. He might live. Yeah, he does.
You have 1 more wound on him.
Yes, and then 1 wound's taken there.
He's got 1, so he's got 1 wound.
Clings on. Fights away. I needed to roll in to make contact with him, like so. Okay, so next combat, Blade Guard veterans to see if they can take 7 wounds off of the Wraith Lord. Yeah, the extra AP minus. This is Blade Guard veteran fighting the Wraith Lord here. Chris Comiskey fighting for his life in the centre of the table. Looking for... They hit on 2s.
They hit on 3s, but they also have the Litany of Hate.
Rerolling hit rolls.
Yep.
Yes, 2 listens. Listens of Faith went off and Listening of Hate.
Yep. That's a good thing it did.
Yeah, that's very, very useful indeed. Okay, nice. And then we're looking for 4s to wound with the +1 to the wound rolls.
So these power swords are Master Crafted Power Sword, +1, 2 damage,
Yep.
just 1 damage. So it's strength 5.
Oh yes, it's 1 damage, isn't it?
Yeah, strength 5, and then
+1 to wound rolls. So you're going to be on 4s. So you do need a good roll here. This Wraith Lord could survive. Now, thankfully, you do have the Storm Shield, which will help.
6 inches of him as well. To get his aura.
Reroll wound rolls of 1. Must be within, yeah, there's a Lieutenant here.
Yep.
Nice, that'll help. So, 4s needed. Roll somewhere in the open. How about over here?
Yeah. Get them crowded down there.
Looks good. That one can be rerolled. Yes.
Just the 1. No.
Okay.
4s, was it?
Yep. There's a few, but average. No complaints there. 10.
So that's AP minus 3.
Oh, I am in trouble. I need a lot of 6s here. And we're going to go. We are gone. Dead.
Does he go
He does.
Okay, 5 off saves again.
Yeah, we'll have to, as a latest choice, we'll have to have a little look here to see what he does.
His last revenge.
No, he doesn't.
They don't blow up.
Very well behaved, very dignified. No explosion at all. All right, so the Comiskey Wraith Lord is gone. Second one of those brought down. It is a bit of effort to get them, but they can be destroyed here. Blade Guard veterans, tons of attacks. It's all your extra bonuses helped you out. Just to tip that in your favour there. So well done, Blade Guard veterans. Small squad of 3, but souped up and given bonuses, they certainly are dangerous enough.
The first time out as well.
As debut for them for your Blood Angels. Well done.
Debut on the table.
Nice. Well, they have done well. They've sword and sabre into the Eldar, cutting them down. So good attacks from them. We'll choose a combat. So naturally it's going to be Jane Czar striking out here with her 6 attacks.
She fights first because of her mask.
Yeah. So looking for 2s. Looking for 3s. 5. 5 saves of 5+. Could be trouble. Looks like there is.
Massive trouble.
I think they're going to go into damage 2.
Done.
Got them. Nice. That's Amy Elmo, the Phoenix Lord, there appropriately as allocated to Jane Czar. So good from her on that flank. She's on her own now. Bodyguard gone, but she's proving effective enough against the Marines over on that flank. Okay, so yeah, turn comes to an end. Points coming in. Blood Angels have got themselves ahead here. 2 secondaries coming through. It's 3 in total been fulfilled. Eldar haven't achieved any yet. They've been dry on secondaries here in this game. Something to bear in mind for the shape of this list here. So we no longer, we were going after, which I thought was safe, defend stronghold, but obviously not now. We have passed morale since, but we do not control the objective. They're not troops anymore. Here they're elite's choice for Dire Avengers. There was another point came through for kill points though, for destroying the intercessors way over in the corner of Jane Czar. So 9 points to us. 20 points though. 3 secondaries achieved. 3 points and 4 points for primaries, and a total of 3 kill points. 25 points to 9. So Blood Angels raking the points in here. Damage is heavy on both sides, perhaps even more so on the Blood Angels, but the game is all about scoring points. Blood Angels are doing that effectively enough. Having said that, options are starting to get cut down. There's no Blood Angel stuff across here or across over on that flank. So there's a concentration of Blood Angels here. As to how effective they could be at continuing to bring the points in, we'll have to see. Eldar have their own problems as well. We're going to turn 3 next, the middle stage of the battle. So much has happened already, but Eldar certainly have threats still. There's this to try and sort out across here. There's secondaries to try and achieve, and with 1,000-point games, 1,500-point games, there is that limitation on options. Yeah, there's that home. They're just doing their job. A unit like that, just holding an objective, keeping those points flowing in and being an option is so crucial in games, especially Tempest of War battles. So we'll go on to turn 3 now for the Eldar. All right, so cards for the Eldar on turn 3. Defend stronghold, keeping that running. Tempting target, cards allocated to this secondary is one we have to take, difficult enough. And then assassination, hunting down characters, possibly. So Dire Avengers shifting across and advancing, going to try and shred and get rid of him. This is where both sides will probably try and start cutting options down, and the game starts to get like a stranglehold almost on what your options can be. Wraith Lord and Jane Czar auto advance, not auto advance, a 6-inch advance with Strands of Fate from her. So she hurtles towards the Blood Angels little camp that's been set up in the middle. It is. This is the heartbeat of this Blood Angels force is just in there. One Wraith Lord is heading towards them as well. Wraith Knight has backed off, heading across here. Firepower can head in that direction. Oh boy, no, I think firepower is going to be needed down here. And then backing out of combat with the Exarch. That objective has been abandoned in the top left-hand corner, and then backing off slightly with the Shroud Runners. They're useful for relocating and just laying down firepower. They're a useful little unit.
You get wherever you need them to go. Yeah,
no, I'm a fan of those. I do rate them. Movement done. Shooting phase next. you think these are good?
The Dire Avengers?
Yeah.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, they're useful enough. Nice supporting unit.
It is just sheer volume of fire.
Yeah.
And then you can spend your Exarch points to do whatever you need them to do that game.
Yeah. 17 hits. Just Trying to take out one intercessor sergeant here. 5s because of shredding fires. He's going to go. He's 8. 8 at -4 becomes -3. So you need 8 6s.
Yeah, no bother.
Okay. He's gone.
No bother.
Carl will still roll it in defiance of the Xenos scum here. Okay, so target removed from play. That's a kill point, so it's worth mopping up units just for the mission. Okay, so then we'll go. I've got to be patient here. I've got to get rid of those. They have to go. So I'm going to offload everything we have into these. So it's going to be 2d3 shots. We'll go for Nicholas Lucas for the firepower. So this is number of shots is 4. Forget it. I'm going to go 2 hit rolls with Strands of Fate and roll up 2 more with Nicholas Lucas. He gets his 2 hits as well. Nice. And then we'll go for wounds here on 2s. All of them. 6s required on 4 dice. Need at least a double 6.
Right, I got no 6s last time, so I'm bound to get 4 this time.
Right, that's it. They're gone. Target destroyed. That's the Wraith Knight starting to bite here at this stage. So I'll just pass those over carefully. One at a time. Okay, so they're gone. Scatter lasers into the Blade Guard veterans. Just going to put some Dakar into them. 3s to wound. 5 saves. Normal, 2 up.
1 up in the cover. Does he get cover?
Yeah, or the shield. Doesn't matter. There's no AP minus on these. So we're looking at 5 dice needing 2s. A lot of work reducing wounds on them. They've been restored. If the apothecary's worked hard this game. How many ones? Just the one?
Just the one.
Okay, 1 wound goes through and a 6 up, feel no pain.
Just
No.
1 damage. Yeah.
Yep. All right, so Wraith Lord. Bright Lance is going to go into the biker to try and pick on him, and then we'll go for the shuriken catapults into the Blade Guard veterans. So I'm going to also hit with the Strands of Fate. Then we're going to try and wound on a 3. We do. I had a save of a 6+. You can go Patreonic if you wish. There's 3 Patreons left.
What have we got?
Dylan Moore, Deathcore Krieg, and Dark Angels. Close enough to Blood Angels.
I feel like death.
Longbow BB is a Blood Angels.
Yeah, I'm going to keep him back for the fights.
You're right.
Deathcore of Krieg, I'm dying.
Oh, that's Deathcore Krieg. That's Dylan Moore. That's fine. Yeah.
Dylan Moore, yep.
Yep.
Come on. That's a 3.
Yeah, okay. Command reroll. 3 plus D3. So it's going to destroy him.
You know what? I'll CP reroll up.
CP reroll for a 6 to keep the model alive.
That's a 1.
Okay.
How much damage?
D3 plus 3. So.
Roll it up because he gets a 5 up from the chaplain.
Oh, does he?
Well, is he core? Are they core?
Maybe. Yeah, we'll just check to see what the options are here. Yeah, Litany of Faith is kicking in here, so I better roll the damage, which is maxed. It's 6 dice, but there's still
3 wins.
a chance. Yeah, still a chance keeping them alive. You're looking for 5s?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Whatever you roll, it's gonna. Well, roll it. No, see what you get, because you could maybe no. Okay, so even a command reroll is not going to help. Biker's gone. 4 wounds a time, but there was wounds already on him as well. So it hurts when units are eliminated because it just cuts the options down. And like my bikers across there, units that can move swiftly in games like this are very, very useful indeed. But he's gone. Okay, so we'll put a bit of shredding fire into the Blade Guard veterans from the Wraith Lord. Nothing from him. Yeah, the Triskel from Jane Czar into the Blade Guard veterans. Looking for 2s. Looking for 3s. Yep. 4 of them. -3, -2, -1 for the wall. 4 ups are good.
And then how much damage a pop?
Just 2. 1, sorry. Just 1.
2 to 5 ups.
Litany of Faith. Which helps. Okay, so 1 wound comes through. So we can see what's going on. This is the situation. That's the compound in there. That's what's left. 3 Blade Guard veterans. 1 or 2 Eradicators. Sanguinary Priest. And the Chaplain. Lieutenant's just there. Just tucked away at the back. Oh, I see. That's why he's stretched back. Yeah, he's holding on to this objective. Just here. Much of the firepower's been done. There's a bit more to come next. Snipers will shoot the Sanguinary Priest. This is from the Shroud Runners, and then scatter lasers into the Blade Guard Veterans. So looking for 2s. So useful looking for 2s.
What's the strength of the challenge?
Strength 6.
With the 3s.
There are no 3s, yeah.
Can't even do it.
Yeah, Carl's called it, so okay. So that's been played, so that will mean the 3s won't wound. So 6. 6 saves of 2+. Trying to get one of the Blade Guard Veterans to drop here, if possible. I can see a 1. And now Feel No Pain. Or a command reroll of a 2, which is virtually guaranteed.
Yeah, I'll do that.
CP reroll.
That's another
It's
one.
1, yeah. Feel No Pain. Ah, got him, finally succumbs. Right, 3 sniper shots to the Sanguinary Priest. 4s to wound, surely. Yeah, oh, they haven't done anything. Their sniper rifle's terrible. Okay, so we'll go on to charges next. Looking thin on the ground now for both armies. There's not too much left on the board at this stage, but there's 2 charges to try and attempt. So Janezar's going into the Eradicators, needing a 6. 8. Right, so in she goes. The Wraith Lord charged to both the Blade Guard Veterans and the Eradicators. This could be painful for him. 12.
He's eager.
He's angry. I think he's out for a bit of revenge for his friends that have been slain. Okay, this could be like the final major combat of the game here. Janezar going in, Wraith Lord in support here to try and breach the Blood Angels compound. So I'm going to fight first to the Wraith Lord. This could be disastrous. He's got 4 attacks. I'm going to... Oh, boy. I'm going to...
Remember, just not no pressure, but the game hangs in the balance of this one.
Yeah, it does, yes. He's got the ability to do so well, but there's so many factors involved here. We'll do two attacks onto each of the units. He's contacted both. So we'll do 2 attacks into the Eradicators first of all. Need 3s. Oh, okay. I think his strength... Yeah, he's not quite strength 10. He's strength 9. So he's going to be 3s to wound. Oh, boy, right, okay. So now, this is interesting because he goes to AP -4. So 6 is to block on 2 dice. 5's to block, defending. Very cinematic here, defending the compound.
What happens if you stick a sword into a melting cannon, you know?
Don't know, we'll find out. Snake eyes at the worst possible time.
It wasn't meant to be like this.
You've burnt out a CP. Right, okay, so roll up damage then. First one, Max is out. This is God, and 5 on the other. So
Is that D6 damage or
it's D3 plus 3.
6?
And 5, yeah.
I don't fancy my chances, but...
Do the 5 wound model first to see if he survives. To give yourself the best chance. 5 pluses. Oh, no.
4 goes through.
So it's him gone. And then 6d6. With 5 pluses on the last model. That's a killer blow if this works out. It is. It's got them and they're not going to come back. So target destroyed. Wraith Lord to the rescue here. He's got 2 attacks. We'll see if these hit. Yes, they do. Would you believe? 2s to wound these guys. Hole facing on here.
How's that, 2? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's enough to,
So we've got 2 wounds have come through. It's going to go down to the 4+ invulnerable save. It should be all that minus. There's 2 Patreons left. They come as a pair here. It's Travis and Jen on this one. Custodes, Tau, Necrons and Tyranids. It's a mixture.
Neither of which sound very promising, do they? And who's
Longbow BB is the blood. You've got to go Longbow BB surely for this.
Yeah.
To save the compound. Turn his dice into 2. So you roll both dice here. Roll one at a time, whatever you want to do. So the first one, Longbow, no. And the last one to save the... No! Oh, boy. Right. And then the damage on each. First one, maxed. Second one, not maxed. All right, so you want to go for the 5+ Feel No Pains on 4 dice.
We'll do the 4 first, yeah.
This is another important roll coming up here. No! And 6 on the next one. Ah, the outer perimeter here cleared by this vengeful Wraith Lord. all of a sudden increasing in their estimation here, but this is good. One remains with a wound.
Yeah.
Okay. God.
The sergeant.
Right, repel invaders here. So the lone Blade Guard veteran with a wound left. We'll give him a couple of wounds.
It's bleeding.
Staggers to the edge of the wall in defence. We'll put some wounds on him. Staggers to the edge of the wall and has deliberately gone in against Jane Czar here. This could be glorious.
The chaplain's watching.
Right, we're all watching. So you've got to interrupt play to do this. Oh no,
I can't.
you can't.
Oh, well, there's nothing else to fight here.
Yes. So yeah, hang on a second. So my charge is right. Nothing for Jane Czar because she has no target's been destroyed, so she sits where she is.
Yeah.
You then activate a unit that finds itself out of range. You could consolidate back into the combat. Yeah, and as you do so, you go into Jane Czar. So I think we can do this.
Yeah, as you get your 3-inch pile in. Just
Correct. Yeah, fine. And in which case you can make your attacks.
So that's 3 attacks plus charged.
Plus, he's been blessed with an extra attack.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
You reroll all your hit rolls for Litany of Hate.
5 attacks.
5 attacks. -1 to hit though, so 4s. Epic combat. God, only hit once.
Litany of Faith.
Hate.
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Here it comes. Looking for 4s.
Oh.
Okay.
It was a moment of breath.
Trying to wound on 2s.
It's very tense.
It's tense because no kind of command rerolls or anything. Oh, Lieutenant, is he too far away?
6
Ooh, I
inches.
think he's all right. I
Should
think
be
this
fine.
will be an affirmative on this one. Yes. So, 2s. Got it. So what have we got here? 3 have gone through.
Yeah.
Jane Czar.
AP minus 3.
Yeah, it's 4+ invulnerable save. So Travis and Jen, I'll turn their dice into 3. To save Jane Czar, to save the game, to save the galaxy. Not quite. 4 pluses. First one, Travis and Jen say yes. I just need to pass one more. Travis and Jen say yes. And for ultimate glory, no, it's gone through.
2 damage.
2 damage, don't like that. We'll go command reroll. Ah, blocked. Jane Czar lives. Travis and Jen have kept her alive. That's a great example of gold level Patreons saving the day at that point. All right, so carnage in the compound here against the Blood Angels. An Eldar attack has been most successful. Combat's resolved across the board, and all of a sudden it's looking a lot healthier for the Blood Angels. They're killing units across the table here. I think you're going to counter-attack okay, but perhaps the damage has been done. We'll have to see. We'll calculate points at this stage. So we've dumped tempting target, keeping assassination, defend stronghold should go through, but still struggling with our secondaries. 4 points picked up for holding a no man's land objective at the start of our command phase. 3 kill points picked up, so that puts us on 16. We're still behind the Blood Angels here on 25, and they've got a turn in hand. It may just be the case of hold the Eldar back and tie them up for as long as possible, rake the points in, and see the game through to victory. So we'll go on to turn 3 for the Blood Angels next. Right, so I've removed the top layer of these so you can see what's going on. This is turn 3 here for the Blood Angels. Litanies have been kicked off, Chaplain's moved to here. Lieutenant's moved through, he's going to get involved in this combat. Blade Guard Veterans, a wound restored and model put back in play. And then the Sanguinary Priest holding position there in the centre. Secondaries that have been drawn is investigate site, bring it down, and area denial. So Carl will press on with those. And again, Cessa's over in that corner just doing their job. Points picked up for primaries. 4 points across here for that one. 3 points to home objective. Keeping that tally nice and high here beyond the Eldar at this stage. We'll go on to shooting phase next. So shooting phase finished. A couple of pistols whilst in combat. The others couldn't put their pistols in because the combats are ongoing. That's it. Shooting phase finished. Charges next. All right.
From this side, look.
It looks good. the breach here across the wall. We'll maybe zoom in from both angles just to see this lieutenant, Primaries Lieutenant, about to clamber across the wall and take out Jane Czar. He's trying to jump her way into the compound.
He's very angry at this point.
So there it is. That's the combat taking place. We'll go around the other side of the board, and you can see it as the lieutenant charges him. He's on 11. He's ready to go. So there it is. That's Carl's view. That's his defence of the compound against the Eldar trying to break in. Just a handful of models left, but just as much fun as larger scale games. As we will go into combat resolution, it will be the lieutenant. No. Jane Czar fights first. No.
And I didn't get my 5 up. Field and piano off either.
Yeah, Litany of Faith. Yeah, Carl's lamenting Litany of Faith didn't go off this turn. So Jane Czar to fight first with her Banshee Mask. So 2s. We'll put them all into the lieutenant to teach him a lesson. All hit. We'll ask questions of him if we get these wounds on 3s. So you think he's going to survive? There's nothing I can do about that. 3 have come through at -2. So yeah, just working out what's going on here. So Lieutenant, he's not getting Armour of Contempt because he's got the shield. And then not getting the wall because he made the charge across the wall. Just checking the rules there for heavy cover, which is how we're playing the rules here. And it's 4s with the invuln save. Failed 1. Gift of Foresight. It's the warlord trait that I use, and it's worked. Yeah, I can't complain because I use that trait all the time. I got my Smash Captain. No damage against him. Right, so that's my interrupt, my free one that I get with Banshees. So a charging unit, which will be the lieutenant now who can fight. Yeah, no, just hang on a second. There's some stuff going on here. Jane Czar should have been doing -1 attacks. We'll bear that in mind for the lieutenant when he strikes. Yep. The other thing is that her Terror's Lament shuts down all the units in range. So it's affecting the Blade Guard veterans who would have... Oh, no, they didn't charge. So I would have gone first anyway with the Wraith Lord. But crucially, it means that the lieutenant's not going to get to strike first. Jane Czar shuts everyone down. So it's going to be the Wraith Lord will make his attacks. So with him, we'll do the 4 attacks into the Blade Guard veterans. One of them's resurrected here. We'll see if we can send him back into the grave. So we're looking for 3s. BL10. 3s, no, 2s to wound against these. Right, so 4+ invulnerable saves. Carl's rolling quick. All have failed. No, God. Wraith Lord's an absolute terror here.
He's like that single Wraith Lord.
Yeah, nice. And nameless as well. No Phoenix Lord attached to him. Damage then for Feel No Pains. So we're looking at first one. 5 wounds, 4 wounds, and 6 wounds. So
5.
No, because it's 6s, isn't it?
Yeah, if I had got that.
Listening of Faith, yeah.
It would have been 4 save, but it's only 1, so it's
model destroyed. Yeah.
So it's been destroyed.
Just looking at a case of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feel No Pains is 6+.
10 after that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This unit's gonna go.
Yeah. He's only got 2 wounds actually left. I think it's safe to say
he's gone.
He's a goner.
Okay. So Carl voluntarily removes the model from play.
Sometimes it's better to
take the hint, yeah.
take the hint.
Okay. Right. So now the lieutenant gets to strike. Boy, is he angry.
So he has Imperium Sword, so he gets +1 to his strength.
Yes.
Attacks. So we'll take the attack away for Jane Czar.
Correct.
So he has 4 attacks. Turn 3 as well.
Savage Echoes.
And he charged.
Space Marines on the charge. And then Imperium Sword's been negated by Jane Czar. Hitting on 2s and then -1.
Yep, so it's 3s to hit. And
yeah, for acrobatic. Yeah.
Reroll the hit rolls.
For Listening of Hate.
So it's actually +3.
Yes, because he's starting on 2s.
Yep, so
got the hits, right, okay.
I've had enough of her.
Yep. There'll be people watching that will agree with you on that one. They want to see her gone. It's Phoenix Lord fighting away. It's Amy Elmo here, doing very, very well indeed. Not for... you wound roll because you trait. Is that what you're doing? Got it, fine. And so we're looking at 5.
Yep.
No, so I think Jane's gonna go. She's gonna go. Nothing I can do.
Let's keep them up.
Yes.
It does.
She screams and shatters all the windows. Nothing. She's gone. She's dead. She's dead.
Don't want to get them back up.
All right. Okay. I'll give Carl the honour here.
Do it slowly for everyone to watch.
Yeah, she's gone. Good innings from her. Not too bad. It's more of an annoyance on the table. Just wouldn't go away.
It's also it's her auras as well that just mocks.
Yeah.
You know, because they couldn't fight back.
No, it's just caused trouble. Just troublemaker across the table
He
here.
had her supported with like a Wraith Lord, for example.
Yeah, it seems to be a good pairing.
Yeah.
All right, so the fight goes on. Imagine the bodies piling up high on this compound here. Blood Angels fighting away. Still holding the compound, but there's not much left here. For both sides, damage has been very heavy in this game. So here's a cluster of Phoenix Lords. Amy Ammo's gone, but you've got Longbow BB was the Lieutenant, Lucas Brown on the Sanguinary Priest, and Chef on the Chaplain. Okay, so Phoenix Lords clustering together, the little campsite that they have set up, defending themselves against the Eldar. Turn comes to the end to calculate points. All right, so yeah, consolidation move made across here, and it's pretty much the turn finished. Points coming in. Blood Angels are ahead on 32 points now in total to the Eldar 16. So the Eldar, I think, are ahead now. There's not much left of the Blood Angels, but the question is, have the Blood Angels brought in enough points to see the game through to victory? We'll find out. Depends on what secondaries are drawn. Yeah, I don't know, this game is tough enough. Low scoring game. There's not many points coming in here. It's quite low scoring. Just 16 points for the Eldar at this stage. We'll go on to their turn 4 next. All right, so we're trying to chase the tally here if we can. Secondaries drawn. Assassination continues. Bring it down. And Blood and Guts. Bring it down. It's the Chaplain that's been selected. Remember, these containers are across here, so he is sheltered from this shooting. But we've rounded the corner. We've used the Strands of Fate move to just boost up as quick as possible with the Dire Avengers. We've paid our 1 CP to pull out a close combat with the Wraith Lord and swing around here for a possible charge. It can do it for 1 CP. If you want to shoot, it costs 2, but we've only got 1 CP, so that's been spent on that. Bikers have relocated to lay down some firepower, but all the emphasis again on this walled compound across here. Eldar going in for one final assault. So movement done. We'll go on to shooting phase next.
Final stand.
It's final stand. Sniper bikes, see how effective they can be. We'll go after the Sanguinary Priest. Looking for 2s. Looking for 3s. There's lots of saves to make with him. 13. I'll do the 3 snipers. It's been declared against him, so they've all hit. That was a 5. 4s to wound. There's a mortal. And another regular wound. So you've got a mortal wound 3 against him already. I had 2 saves at -1, which will be ignored for armor of contempt. So you can add those in to here. So you're looking at 15 saves in total. Yeah, I reckon he gets the benefit of his own Officium. He could drink from his own chalice, could he not? Okay.
His cup now overfloweth.
So here comes saves of 2+. Oh, there's some ones. There's plenty. This is the regular. Oh boy, plus the mortal wound. So you got 5 plus the 1, 6. Feel no pains. This could be him. This is the Phoenix Swords. They're all gonna die next to each other here. All.
I need to make 3 of these. As a 6, I'll roll these first.
No, he's gone. No, he's gone. Lucas Brown, removed from play. Assassination goes ahead. Grisly stuff here from the Eldar. Wraith Knight, firing all of its weaponry into the Lieutenant. Yeah, number of shots. 5 shots. 3s. We'll reroll one of those. Failed. 2s for wounds. 2 wounds go through. You've got to pass both.
What's the AP?
AP -4. So straight to Invon saves here. 4 pluses. No.
I can reroll it.
Yes, because the wall of trait. And yes. Gift of Foresight. Does he dodge? No. We're looking at 9 wounds.
Doesn't get to feel the pain anymore because
No, because we killed the other model first.
Yeah.
Another Phoenix Lord goes. It's Longbow BB. The final Blood Angel models slink to the ground. Okay, and then we'll try and shred the Chaplain here with the Dire Avengers. Next, shredding fire from the Dire Avengers. Nasty bunch. Need 3s. 5s and 6s are good. Force this Chaplain to try and survive. There's 4 of them. There's 5 there. So 5 saves at 4+ invulnerable.
He's still at full wounds now.
Yes. It's a chef here, last of the Phoenix Lords.
Goodness gracious. 3 wounds go through.
3 wounds go through. And then 3 saves of -2 or -1. Cover. So straight up save of 3+.
So he failed 2. No, 3.
Yeah, failed 3.
So he's at 2 wounds.
Oh, we might succumb to firepower here. Which he is okay. He's got a 1 wound left.
1 wound.
Titus. I get visions of, what is it, Final Fantasy. Finish him.
Finish.
Oh boy. Well, go for it then. We'll charge the Wraith Lord. In he goes. He stumbles in across the rubble. He's allowed in. We discussed the terrain before the game began. So in he goes. He can tuck in. The final swing of the blade. 3s. Rerolling one of those. 4. Be your 10. 2s to win this time. Yep.
4 ups.
3 4+ invulnerable saves. You have to pass all 3.
Will his hatred be strong enough?
No. It's about. Oh boy. Yeah. A load of damage coming through. It's 12, 15, 16 wounds coming through against the Chaplain. Yeah. That's blood splatters up and across the containers there.
The screen goes black, it's just out. And then just
That's it. Radio silence now. No, it's all over. That's another Felix.
guys look out and there's
Chef brought down Phoenix Lord, destroyed here as well. Many a brave soldier died in that walled area across there. Multiple wave attacks here. So the redcoats defending against the
drift.
yeah. Oh dear.
Floors just crumping on their ceramite and stepping over them.
So again, you can imagine the heaps of dead here. Blood Angels are stacked up high, defending the walls. Eldar, it's cost them dearly as well. It's been a hefty amount of damage dished out by both sides, but Eldar have, we'll just hang on a second about saying we have victory. We'll need to calculate some stuff here. I think the structure of the game's over as far as movement and so on, but we'll draw cards, calculate points. Eldar probably be okay, but we'll need to check this properly to make sure they are able to achieve enough points to actually pick up a victory. All right, so calculating points. Eldar do have victory here. It's not really a fair representation of the way the game was going, but it was a haul of points at the end. It's specifically this here. Drawing the last of the secondaries on the last turn. Secure no man's land, no problem. Battlefield supremacy, no problem. Deploy teleport Homer, yes. With the bikers, we could just jump over there. It just has to get within the opponent's deployment zone to do that. It's not even an infantry unit. It's any unit can do that. So that can be done. So that's 15 points coming in for that. We would then go on the last turn of the game, just telling you what kind of points we get. 3 points for this one, re-secured, 4 points there. Carl, for 2 more turns, we'll continue to get 3 points for the home objective. But after that, no secondaries that were drawn he was able to fulfill, and no further kill points. So it's quite straightforward to work out in the end. So Eldar shifted from about one secondary being fulfilled to 6. That raked in a nice lot of points at the end. Control of objectives across the board. It was pretty good from one turn to the next, and a trickle of kill points coming through as well meant that we got 63 points at the end of the game, so surged right towards the end of the battle. Carl held on to his home objective throughout the battle, no man's land objective a number of times, but then it broke at that turn 4 and just dried up on points after that. 3 secondaries coming through, so that is 39 points. So it is a victory to the Eldar. It's been costly for them, but they have got to win against the Blood Angels. It's been a tough, hard slog for them. Certainly by no means been an easy fight. And for much of the battle, the Eldar were behind on points at times by a fair bit. So it's scary enough for them, but they have managed to achieve victory. I think it's after the third assault, third wave attack coming through.
Pretty much once they cracked that that centre there just overrun.
Yeah, and as games get towards the end, units that are tougher become even tougher because there's less stuff available to bring them down.
Let's not forget as well, it also depends entirely on what
on cards, it does, yeah. So you can get a string of good secondaries and fulfill them, and other times they can dry up and it can be a real struggle. We've seen that for both armies have had that. Eldar struggled with secondaries, and then towards the end Blood Angels struggling to get theirs.
Yeah, Blood Angel secondaries in turn 3 and 4, they weren't useful enough to get what I had.
The resources, yeah.
For you, for the first 2 turns, you weren't getting what you needed, but then as the game went on, you know, so it balances itself out nicely.
Yeah, Tempest of War, it does depend on the cards, very much indeed. So we will pick units of the game. There's a number of contenders for both sides. So we're choosing units of the game. I call out as patrons at silver level. That's Darren Gardner, Denny Wright, Marcus Olsen, William Schwarz, William Ross Caldwell, and Peter Goodall. Big thanks to them for their support at silver level. It helps support the channel and SSWG Wargames Club. That is the club where I started getting into wargaming in general, and it was through them, the channel. It was a major help in getting the channel started, and many of our games are played at SSWG. So those that support on Patreon, it does help that club. So, well, I'll call out mine here. It's honourable mention to Jane Zar. Well done to her. It's good innings from her. Honourable mention to the Dire Avengers is a tough one. I'm going to give it to the Wraith Lords, specifically that one there. The damage it kicked out and the heroics helped to literally swing the game for the Eldar. Each time it swung its sword, it helped the Eldar potentially onto victory. So Wraith Lord tough enough there in the centre of the table. So that's units of the game for the Eldar. Blood Angels, honourable mention to the Blade Guard Veterans. Solid enough units.
I'm going to cheat a little bit. I couldn't choose a single model, but these 6 Marines that held the centre.
The defenders.
They really were. It was, you know, 4th Company, they're supposed to be, you know, heraldic knights, and I feel like these perfectly held up those honourable ideals.
All right. The defenders of Kyle's Drift. The red coats, heroes to the bitter end. So it's Blade Guard Veterans, honourable mention, and it's group of the game, and Purity Seals as well. It's like James is here. We're really getting very dedicated and loyal to the Emperor. Even, I was going to say even in death does duty end, but so even those models have been slain. The loyalty continues here. Chaplin there being mentioned in dispatches, so too is the Lieutenant, and very hard work. If I was to elect one, it would be the Sanguinary Priest. Hard work from him. Multiple models, easily paying his points multiple times over the number of models restored to play. He was in the heart of the Blood Angels army, handing out chalices of blood, resurrecting models, restoring wounds.
Let's not forget sending them into your frenzy on turn 1.
Yes, and helping the Assault Intercessors as well. So good hard work from the Sanguinary Priest. But 1500 point games, they do come highly recommended. They're good fun, nice size armies, and you're able to immerse yourself a little bit more in the various characters and units on the board. But that's the game. Keep a lookout for more battle reports on the channel. For extra content, do check out YouTube channel membership to unlock bonus content. Join us over on the Discord community and show your loyalty by obtaining loyalty badges. So big thanks to Carl Moorhead for coming down. Good game. Good to see his Blood Angels in action. Keep a lookout for more battle reports on the channel. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.